Good morning, fish people. Figure I'd go live with y'all for a little bit this morning. I've got to bag some fish to take to a pet store, but I figured I'd give you a little walkabout. Got a bunch of things changing around here, guys. This is our room back here is now. Go in here for a little bit and talk on for a bit. But yep, we moved out another, I think, 10 tanks yesterday. We don't have a single live bear left in the house now. All of the live bears are officially gone. I'm still taking it pretty shaky. But it's getting there, guys. Miss Susan Moore Guppies came over yesterday and helped us out and got a bunch of stuff going. So she's got all of our guppy lines. Should you guys down the road want any of those, because I have had a few of you hit my video when I was doing it yesterday saying you're interested in some of the Gingarubas and wish you had gotten them, you can reach out to Sue Moore Guppies. She has the line, so and I'll help her get them shipped if you guys decide you want to get some of those down the road. I can certainly get you in touch with Sue. Good morning, Fish Capades. Good morning, Mr. Tampa Tom. Hope you're doing well. Jim's Fish, good morning. ABC, what's going on, Kenny? Haven't seen you in a while. Miss Susan Moore, speak of the devil, there you are. House of Pisces, hello. What's going on, Whip? So anyway, I gotta get a couple dozen of these out today. I'm taking to the pet store. I do have a swap in February, but I just want to get a few more of these out. I don't need as many as we've got. We've got about another 400 of them that just were hatched in the last week or so. And that's what I got to work on when I get back from this. Danny and I have got, now I'm going to go through and show you guys what we got going on, but we're going to be very close to having that pleco room dialed the way we want. The only problem with it is, and I'll show you guys here, is I made a mistake when I was putting this room together. I didn't give myself enough room right here. I'll show you. See how I didn't give myself enough room here. So what Danny and I've now got to do is I'm going to move this tank into the other room now. I'm going to tear this all back down, and I've got to move it this way. So then we can take all these tanks, I'm going to put them here. Then I can move this one over. So that way, as you can see my problem here, then eventually we can get this moved down. So that way, when I want to bring, what I've done is I've got to bring a 75 in here, and I haven't given myself enough room to do it. So, but you can see the remnants of Miss Sue being here yesterday. All the 20s are gone. We have a few left, but not many. 20 longs. Sue also took all of those giant swords that I had are now gone. This is the last of the live bears. These are just my mutt guppies. That is all I have left for live bears in the entire house, man. Tripping me out a little bit. And then, I know you guys aren't used to seeing the Daniken house being torn down, but it's getting there. All right. And then in here, this was the old Exodon room. All I have for fish in here now is the Exodons. All the Altegres are gone. That tank is now officially down. That tank's gone. This tank's got one crab in it. This will be torn down this week. Then that's got my nice reds in it. That's going to be transplanted into the spot that I created in the other room. So finally, guys, we're going to be able to get this room torn down. And this is going to become one of the spare bedrooms. This is where when we have guests, we're going to get it nice again and get this carpet ripped up, put down some nice flooring, and then repaint and get all the stuff out of here, and new drapes and whatnot. This is going to be a guest room when we have guests. So, and then in here, we've now got all the Schubel greens are gone, so all that's left in here now are a few shrimp. So I'll settle down, guys, for a toasted donut. So this room is actually at the point now where I'm going to be able to have some people over. We're going to be ready to start moving everything around finally. So this room's a disaster. We have our lunch from yesterday. I got to clean up. Got to get my little area here back done. But anyway, we got the stands ready. These two tanks are going to go back to that office, that room I just showed you guys that all the tanks are out of now. They're going to go into there. And then Drogonetta is going to be most likely the one that's going to be on this stand now. We got a 180 out in the garage. We've decided we want to give our old girl a nice big tank. Plus, she's got a good personality, and she'll be fun to have around. So, but yeah, we're actually getting excited. Things are starting to kind of move into place the way we want them. The other thing we are considering doing is changing our logo to be more up to date to what we are nowadays, and that is the Pleco hole that we have falling into. So we're going to most likely be changing our logo, and this time I'm going to do more of have somebody draw it this time so I can actually not worry about whether or not it's going to be able to be made into a shirt or whatnot. So we'll finally have that figured out. Yeah, we're excited about the change, Sue. I'm pretty much over it. I know I was a mess yesterday, but I guess my biggest issue with everything was, I am the one that put a lot of blood and sweat into this channel and into Daniken, and it just was a little overwhelming. But I'm over it now. Today I'm on, let's get moving and getting things going in the right direction. But got all the live bearers, and I know they're with somebody that will take care of them like me and Danny would. So that part I'm stoked about. I know they went to a good home. Tell you what, guys, I am going to do it. I wasn't quite done with coffee today, so I need to go get me some more coffees. But here in a minute, I don't really need to start packing these guys until about 10 o'clock our time. So, but we do have some fresh king tigers again and some more fresh leopard frogs. And then these guys have been trapping again, so I'm pretty certain my super whites are going to have another batch. Did have something strange happen this past week. Danny and I did the water change, and this time I cleaned out the canister filter. And inside the canister filter was a super white baby about this big. So my guess is he got sucked up in there as a fry and literally grew up in the canister. So, and it's a pretty one. It's probably the prettiest one we've had yet. It's really white. But I figured he went through all that. I'm going to probably keep that one as a personal. I think I'm going to put it upstairs in one of the, most likely I think I'll put it in the 110. Just to have another nice looking fish in that 110. That tank's already kind of a surprise me tank as it is. So there's all kinds of cool things in there. Sue was geeking out on that tank last night, as a matter of fact. Yeah, those swordtails she got are amazing. They're the giant green sword. So the females are this big. They're ginormous and about that big around. And then the males, once they grow, I mean, they with sword, they get to about like this. But they are beautiful fish. I'm not sure why they call them green swords, because the males actually got more red in them than green. So I'm not sure where the name derived, the green sword, but they are sexy little fish. Then Sue, I think, is going to take that tank that we emptied. We just didn't have the energy nor the space in her truck to do it. But I think Sue's going to take a venture down. I had given her an idea what I had intended for that tank. I'll show you guys the tank. I'm sitting here saying some of you just came in. Oh. Tank I'm referring to is this 50-gallon tall. This one here. I've had this a while, but I think Sue's going to take hers. But what I always wanted to do with it is I wanted to put a lot of rock right up here in the middle all the way to the top. And then I could have had the rock-dwelling African Tanganyikan cichlids like the Rigonis and the Transcriptus, the Judeochromis. So I think that's what she's going to want to do with this. But this is one heavy, heavy old school. Look at the thickness of this metal, man, or glass. This is, after all those 20s yesterday, and the 20s, by the way, all had sand and whatnot in them, so they were not light. But we're really looking forward to the transition now. Oh, I suppose I should tell you, even making ground on getting Danny's craft room back for her. So we got a hole here where I could take that last 20, or I could put that 20 long there. Then we got another spot at the end here. But the good news is this is now going to allow Danny's really starting to want to get back into her crafty type stuff. So it means she'll start making caves again. She's got this machine she's used, I think, a total of 4 times. I paid like $2,000 for the rock machine, and it'll be good to see her start using that again as well. But so while we're doing this, I'm gonna take all this extra glasses and stuff upstairs, and I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. So I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Well, that's just me knocking shit over. Like I said, we're pretty pumped up. Getting stuff done. I've got to get this kitchen clean from my mess yesterday. We were just so toast by the time we got done last night. We didn't feel like doing anything. Yeah. Danny and I went to breakfast yesterday morning, and when we got back, we started getting things ready for Sue. And Sue came over. She was here by 11, and we worked straight through all the way till about 5:30, 6 o'clock last night, and got everything done. Now today, my main goal today is get that 120-gallon down enough where I can move it over into that other room, and then I've got to move some fish out to a local pet store today. World of Wet Pets is getting some of my fish today. But Danny and I, the last painful decision for the transition that I had to make is we're now going to be getting rid of our Shelly fish. And we're also going to be getting rid of our 55 frag tank, our little 50 low boy tank. So that's going to be going bye-bye as well. That's another one of the casualties to our downsizing. What's going on, Dave-O? Good to see you. Morning, Steve. Morning, Foxanne. Yes, my hair is wild this morning, isn't it, Foxanne? Yeah, it was pretty crazy Fishtopia, but Fishcapades. I had to do a double take, and the good news is, I mean, I happened to look down. Normally, I just start cleaning that upper head, and he was in the head of this filter. He was like living in where the intake comes in. So had I done my norm, and I usually start blasting that thing with burning hot water to clean it, and I'm just glad I didn't do my norm this time because he would have probably been a dead little fish. Would have got himself a little pre-boiling action. But for all those that have been with us a while here, this is the kind of stuff you're going to start seeing now. It's just going to be myself, and then occasionally Danny and I will do a once a month live stream. And we're not going to tell you guys what day it will be. We will announce it a few days before, maybe a week ahead of time. But the whole purpose in the live stream for us is that with Danny's current health and what she's going through at the moment, I want her to be able, if we're out boating next year or what have you, where she doesn't have to, we don't have to come in and stop what we're doing to come in and stream. So we will still be streaming from time to time. Things are going to be probably better than the channel's ever been with what we've got in the direction we're going. So I think you guys will be pleased with what we turn into now. We've got a mission. We know where we're going with it. It's just live streaming is not going to be a big part of what it used to be. I still most likely will, a lot of times Sunday mornings, if I'm down here working on stuff, or if it's a water change day, I'll probably do some live streaming to that. But it's going to be a lot more of the old school Daniken, where I'm going to get behind my camera and just have fun showing you guys what I'm seeing. That's one thing I've gotten away from. I used to do a lot more videos than what I'm doing nowadays, so I want to be able to start getting into that more. These plecos are really starting to take over. I'm excited. I'm going to be getting a new line, the L306s. They are called the Blood Red King Tiger. So I'm actually excited about those. I still got to get the Pargways from Miss June, the red spot bristlenose. I should have those, but I'm guessing by the end of the month here. So I've got a lot of stuff going on in the pleco world. If you haven't been around in a while, we did pick up 2 new lines last month from. We got the L519s and we got the L181s. So I got those from Night Owl Aquatics. So I'm excited about those as well. Right now, currently breeding, the super whites behind me, obviously you all knew about those, and then all 3 lines of our current bristlenose have been going crazy. They've been breeding like wildfire. And then the leopard frogs, the king tigers, the L236 RB lines, just had a fresh batch back there. So we're starting to get quite the little abundance of plecos now. And that's the direction we're going to go. I mean, we're down this pleco hole, and I see us staying in it. It's something that both of us really enjoy. So that was a lot of the reasoning behind what we're doing. And the reason we're having to downsize is the fact that these plecos, if anybody's keeping them, you all know. I mean, you gotta do the water changes twice a week on them. So to do water changes twice a week on plecos requires me to start loosening the load elsewhere. So that's why a lot of these decisions we're making are coming. We just so many hours in a week, and we got to be able to treat these guys the way they need to be treated. Good morning, June. Let's see here. Sega, Kenny, but audio good. What's that mean? Am I not on Wi-Fi? Hold on. Let me check my Wi-Fi hookup here. Sometimes yep, that's what it is. Hold on. Let me get on to my next gear. Let's see if that helps, guys. Got on a different Wi-Fi network. Although when I go back into that back section, that area is really bad all the time. But that's the other thing that we are going to be improving is we are going to run a direct line down here. And I'm going to put an amplifier in each room so that way my Wi-Fi will be extra strong in the lower level down here now, because it's only going to get worse because we're adding tanks down here, so it's going to be even more water. So, but we're getting excited. We're getting things going. Danny has the layout for her room finally figured out, which sounds like it's going to be the 125 in that room, and then she's going to escape out. Finally, I don't know if you guys remember, like 4 years ago, I went up to Jason's and I got her 2 of those AGA garden cubes. So she's finally going to escape those out, and those 2 tanks are going to hold the last 2 lines of shrimp that I'm going to be. We're going to have 5 lines of shrimp total when we're done. We'll have the Blue Dreams, the Blue Diamonds. We're going to have Bloody Marys, grade A cherries, and then green jades, the jade shrimp. That's all we're going to keep for shrimp. All the rest of those will be going to the next swap. I did hook Sue up yesterday. She took my orange line, and then she also got a pretty sizable amount of my sapphire blue shrimp, which I have a big thing of those here, but the Moscow's Dumbo red mosaics, I should say, that she got from us in the bottom of that tank was still a ton of blue sapphires. And she's been wanting more of those, so it helps her out. What's up, Moose? Albino pygmies, huh? I wouldn't kill them. I'd keep them. House of Pisces, I don't ever worry about that. If you think they're cool, what difference does it make? It's your fish house. If you like them, keep them. Danny and I aren't much into culling anything. Sue will attest to that. I've got crooked spine fish around here, and we don't believe in killing them. But this time I think I'm going to have to. The rest of those mutt guppies are probably going to become Bricon food, as much as I hate to do it. Got to keep on pace to get this project done. I'm hoping by the end of January here to have the Pleco room done, and then be working towards getting this room we're sitting in done. And then once that's done, then the big boy room is going to be the last fish room. So I'll get the carpet yanked out of there. We'll go in, repaint, refloor, do all the stuff to that, and then I'll reset that room up. And that's going to be just set up identical to the other one that we're finishing back there. 3 racks that will hold 255s and 240s. So there'll be 3 of them. And that'll be the end of the fish room. That's all we have left to do. So Danny's office will have its refurbished. Upstairs, there's not hardly going to be any tanks left. There'll be the 3 in the front room, and possibly even going down to 2 other than the ones in the wall. Most likely going to move the gudgeons out of the kitchen. So that's going to be no fish in there anymore. We're keeping the bathroom tank's going to still be there. That's going to have the blue diamond colony in it for us. And then we'll still have like three fish tanks in our bedroom. And then Danny's going to have 4, maybe 5 in her office. So upstairs, there's not going to be a whole lot left. It's mostly going to be down here. But I am going to start getting all this wood down here, the fake wood floors done, and I want to get all the trim back up down here. So I mean, everything's starting to take shape. I mean, it's good to see it starting to go in the right direction, but still, you know, when you're used to having what we had, the to go down. It was an emotional day for me yesterday. I'll admit. I'm still not even 100% okay with it right now. I messed with Sue last night. I mean, we spent, like I said, 6, 7 hours yesterday. So anyway, I waited for where I knew she'd get home, and I called her up. I'm like, hey, I changed my mind. Can you bring him back? She didn't find that real funny. Well, let's see. Sue's talking to Roxy. There's Moose, Mr. Moose. Ben Peters, what's going on? Ben, what's going on? Ben Sharp, Mazula. Yeah, the Borley could be. They jumped out of our tank quite a bit, actually. But Danny and I are. There's one other line I've got to look into. One of the pet stores requested Queen something or other. I forget what she called. I'm going to ask her more when I go in there. Some Queen Pleco. Queen Abast or something she called it. She goes, I wish you'd start breeding those. So I'm going to probably look into those too. Danny and I got to speak to Stephanie from Aquaria Life for a good 20 minutes to a half hour the other day. That was nice. I always love talking to her. She's got the same bug I got. It's her fault that I'm even have this bug. She's the one that got me really down this pleco hole. Back Fishtoberfest a few years back, I had Dan's Fish here and Lucas and Jason with Redfish, Bluefish, and they all told me that they think I should get into plecos. And at the time I was like, whatever. And then I got down the hole. Now I'm wishing I would have did it years ago because we are really enjoying them. They're very rewarding and just as fun to keep them. And then we're going to start really getting every tank as we're going through. We're going to be really scaping them really nice. And we're actually going to have the time now where we can spend more time on each tank, which we're both really looking forward to get our fish house looking the way we've always kept it. We just got a tad too many tanks at the end there. It just was getting hard to keep up. With me working full time, it's really tough. When I was off work there for a bit, it was no problem. I was able to do it, but I've been trying to do the water changes while doing my other job, and I can't do that either because I get on a call and then I forget I got water running back there, and I end up getting some issues there. But Danny and I will be on this evening. Danny is feeling great as well, so we will be doing our official last scheduled stream this evening. But I at least wanted you guys to know that we're not leaving YouTube. Everybody thinks we're quitting. We're not quitting. We're just going to be different. We're going to be doing more of our long, full-length video type stuff, a lot more shorts. And then when we do live stream, it's just going to be pop-up live streams, except we will probably have a scheduled live stream once a month. I just got to figure out which weekend we want to do it. But there's a lot of cool things that will be coming down the pipeline for you all. I don't think I'll ever do the memberships again. I don't know. Anybody that's been around the whole length that we've been around, it took a lot of my community staying on me for a long time I just don't like the problem I have with memberships, to be honest, is I don't like excluding people from anything. And I know that the members were paying. I'd rather everybody be able to see everything, and no categorizing each person as a member or this or that. Danny and I have never been in this for money per se. So I mean, it's not been our motivation. It's been more of a way to getting indulged into the community, be able to talk to you guys when we're having issues, talk to you guys, and vice versa. So the memberships, believe me, I love all my members and everything they did for us all these years, but I just don't see the point in continuing them when I can't, number one, fulfill what you guys need, which is membership only videos and membership only live streams. It's hard enough for us to stream what we do, so I just didn't feel right doing members anymore. Which I see a good portion of my members are here today. I see Foxanne and Peplin, and I see Window Liquor, Whip, Susan Moore. I appreciate you guys, man. So that's pretty much what we got going on, guys. Lots of good things going on. Won't be long and we'll have this room done. I'm a little sketched out over this next phase because both tanks that I got to move down here currently have itty bitty tiny fry in them. So I'm going to I can't just move all the plecos into a bucket and then move them down. These fry are too small to be trying to jack with, so probably going to have my son-in-law come over and we're just going to have to muscle it down. I'll take all the heavy pieces of log and rock out of it, but I think we're going to have to move it, sand it all down. With the babies in there, I just don't see any other way to do it without hurting them. I don't like taking fresh fry and putting them in a bucket. And it's just a bad way to go. Yeah, like I said, Sue, it's a good thing, man. I think you guys, if anything, will end up gaining more from us because we're not going to not stream. I still see us streaming, pretty regularly. It's just that we don't want to have a schedule with it anymore. We've been around long enough that, and anymore, there is no such thing as a schedule anymore anyway. I mean, I can't tell you how many large channels wiped us out on Sunday nights where and it just keeps getting worse and worse. So rather than irritate myself with that, with people stomping over our stream, I'll just stream when I feel like it now. And since no one else really respected other channels stuff, then I won't feel guilty about stomping over other people at a later time. So it's kind of the way of the world of YouTube nowadays, the days of having scheduled stream and respect with one another. It's just there's too many YouTubers and nobody does it like that anymore. So, and that's what we're going to do. I would hope not, Foxanne, but I can never guarantee that the Kraken won't make an appearance. Morning, Jeff. See some twerking tonight, yeah. Yeah, each room too. It's not just painting, guys. We got to go in with bleach water. My goal when I'm done here is I want to be able to get all these dehumidifiers working again. And I'm going to get lids on every tank in this lower level. I just want to get this humidity down. Get the dehumidifiers working. I haven't been able to run them in quite some time, blow circuits, but we're starting to get the tanks down to where I should be able to run if nothing else, I'm leaving some circuits open. I can certainly get a dehumidifier in another room plugged in, and as long as there's something down here sucking some of this moisture out, we should be good. It's still not bad because, like I said, whenever we're able to and it's a little warmer out, we've always opened up every door down here, and it seems to help, but I want to be able to get this thing operational right. Danny and I are we were thinking of putting something where Drogonetta is sitting currently, but we've actually rethought that scenario, and I think what we're gonna do is get this fireplace up and operational so we can chill down here. Once I get this room done, I would like to get a nice set of furniture and whatnot. It just depends if I keep my office here or not. If I keep my office, then I probably won't put anything, but I don't know. I think I'd like to make this more of a, when I'm done with it, more of a chill area, get a nice couple of couches where you can sit and watch the fish, and I'm looking forward to it. But we did decide now, like I said, that we're going to be offing all of our jellyfish too. That frag tank's going bye-bye. It's going to seem weird not having the shellies too. I mean, as it was last night, I was lost feeding fish. I mean, it really hit me last night when I was feeding how many fish I had just gotten rid of. Too much. Yeah, I'm planning on doing that, Sue, getting a better air source. Obviously, with all of them getting put in one area, we could finally probably get that accomplished. Problem is, you got to have all those PVC pipes all over, though, and I don't like the look of that. You got to drill holes through your walls to have the stuff go through, and hey, Roland, what's going on, buddy? Work's calling. You're working again today, huh? Unfortunately, Window Liquor, Danny and I did away with our StreamYard. We didn't like the way they gangster just out of the blue just decided to raise our StreamYard by almost $180 a month. We did not appreciate that, so we're no longer with them. If we decide down the road to start streaming again, I might go with another streaming platform. But as right now, I don't have the ability to do pop-ups at the moment because I am strictly YouTube streaming now. But I've got to get all these fish caught, and I'm going to be on the road here by no later than 10:30 our time, so I can make it to there by 11. And then I can hurry up, get back here in time, because I will be watching my Vikings beat Packers today. Well, the other reason we were getting these tanks down, guys, as of January, our lovely Portland General Electric, because the greedy bastards don't have enough already, to basically let everybody know that they're raising our rates another 35% this year. Now, I've been averaging in the winter months as it was of around $1,000 to $1,200 a month for electric alone. So that's why I say we've been working to get, we got to get the electric consumption down to a reasonable amount. I gotta shut this. Computer wants me to shut it down. I should probably give it a break. Come back down later tonight and turn it on. That's what we'll do. Shut down. Should have started a little later, and then I could have been bagging fish while I was talking to you guys, but yeah, Steve from the Wet Spot brought him in for me. That was back when me and Steve were buddies. We're not so much buddies as we used to be. But yes, he did bring those in special for me. And I am not so sure that we won't have those down the road again, only I think the next ones will be the Indian type, the littler ones. We want the smaller. There's the beautiful one.
What?
Say good morning.
Good morning.
I decided figured I'd stream while I was getting ready to do all this.
Do all what?
I got to go take those fish to that place today.
Right. All you got to do is take Cauda punctatus, right?
And
Oh, how many of those?
20. The next Saturday, I take another 60 of the shell dwellers to another pet store, so we'll be close to having them all gone by this time next week, hopefully. They're thinking of all the different things that we're gonna do for tonight's stream. They want to see me twerking in a hula skirt.
Twerking in a hula skirt. No thanks.
Jeff's a sick bastard. He said he wanted me to do it with no underwear on too. I don't understand.
What? No.
Jeff's a sick one, I'm telling you. That Jeff, you got to watch him. Sue's been. I talked to her. She's on here right now. She was up till 2:30 last night again.
Oh my gosh.
She's been researching your lead line,
The what line?
the Dumbo Red Mosaics.
Oh.
Deacon says, "Hi, Danny."
Hi.
No helicoptering?
Helicoptering.
You don't know what helicoptering is?
That's when you hover.
No, it's where you take it out and fling your thing like a helicopter.
Whatever. Hey, how could you move this back over here?
I just put it there last night to get it out of the way because we were trying.
See, I had remembered last night that you had moved this over there, and I come walking through here and went smack right in my toes.
We'll get it out of here.
Dump run.
Dump run, yes.
Dump run.
Danny and I are going to clean up the backyard. We got a bunch of crap back there that needs to get out of here, and we got a bunch of stuff in the fish room that is going to be. I'm going to wait till we're done with the last phase and getting stuff moved. Then we're going to have a bunch of stuff to take to the dump. It's the other thing. We're going to have matching stuff this time.
And I have a couple of things to discuss with you when you were done with that.
Oh my God! I'm not working today.
No, it has no.
Okay.
No.
I'm done.
No.
Done for the weekend.
Yes. I don't disagree with
The
you.
only thing I have on today's agenda is getting these fish to these guys, and then I would like to get that 20-gallon moved over into the other room over here so we can get that stand moved down. So Ian, I might need you in the next week or so if you're available. We're going to be finally moving some of the bigger tanks. Not the biggest of the tanks yet. We're just about ready for that now, though, too.
They're just 55 gallons.
Yeah, this round it's just going to be 55s, but they'll have all the sand in them, so they're going to be heavy. I believe that she may. We have to look into it. She only has a week of vacation left, so I don't know if she's going to be able to. She might be able to do a 4-day or weekend or something. We go over there. That's a haul for us, Miss Roxanne. A big haul.
What? Talk about?
Their wedding.
Oh.
It's going to be in September. You and I have to fly. You know what, though? We'll probably be stir crazy and ready for a trip around then.
Whatever the money.
Although that's around the time you go with Heather.
There it is. I don't know what we're doing this year.
Well, maybe you should cancel your trip with Heather this year and we'll go back east for the wedding. Well, I've been wanting to go to that clash anyway. The solar, if you're in a sunny state, I would recommend getting it. I mean, in the summer months, it's money around here. I mean, we very rarely go above 200 in the summertime. But I'm anxious to see with what I've already downsized this year to what this next year will be. I know one thing, we're going to go through a lot less fish food. I noticed that last night.
17 3/4.
What are you configuring? She's doing math. That scares me. Danny's doing math. We got a problem. My body's hurting already just looking at what she's thinking here. What are you trying to figure out, woman?
If all these windows are the same. Yep.
Well, why are you worried about them?
Well, I'll talk to you when you're done.
These people like to hear what we're thinking.
Well, you know how those windows are going to be behind those fish tanks underneath that wall, right?
Yeah.
Before we get those fish tanks on that one wall set up, should we maybe consider replacing the 4 windows that are down here?
Oh my God, Danielle.
Well, they've got a sale, buy one, get one free. So if we replace 2 of the windows and have the other 2
guys,
free.
this is going to turn into a $40,000
Well,
project.
you said you want the windows replaced anyway.
Right, but I was...
While there's no fish tanks in front of them,
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. Part of the things that are percolating through my brain.
Well, I'd like to get some of the other projects paid off before I start more projects is the problem. I'm still paying off.
What are you paying off?
What was I paying off this time? Oh, your ring. But I don't care. If you want windows now, we'll get windows now. But
I'm just thinking.
I think we'd get a better deal if we did all the windows at one time.
But we could afford to do 4 right now. And that takes care of
5. If we're gonna do, let's just do all the windows down here in one shot. Be done with the lower level. Then we'll do the upper stairs next
Well, I
year.
don't want to do the one in the bathroom, the one in the laundry room, no. And the one in the craft room, no.
If we got vinyl, we'll keep airtight.
Those are those little weird windows that are going to have to go into cement. You know how much they're going to cost to have them work with the cement?
Jeff says, I relate, Kenny. I relate. Well, we're going to try to get everything done right this time. Get everything put back together. And make it as easy on us as, I mean, I am probably going to be going home for at least 30 days this year too, which means Danny's going to be in charge of this fish room for that long.
But if we did that, got those things, and then in the 2 bedrooms, that one and that one, we should get those blinds that you can remote control that shut and that also keep in the heat.
Yeah.
We should get blinds for those 2 rooms.
Then I want to put French doors in here.
Yes, but we could do those buy one get one free. Do French doors here and French doors up in the dining room because those would be the same.
Yeah. I want French doors instead of these sliders.
Yeah.
Then we can open it up in the summertime and we can make both of these areas nice little chill areas. And then, guys, when Fishtoberfest comes around, you never know, Danikins might fire up the party again. We enjoyed those. Well, I
Also,
enjoyed
too,
them.
with
Danny
the French
stressed
doors,
out.
then you don't have to worry about size of anything you're bringing in and out of here.
Right. Got a lot of plans, a lot of plans. Maybe before we'll die, we'll get them complete. We've been talking about getting the mini split. As a matter of fact, John had offered us one. I don't think he has it anymore because we waited too long to follow up on it. But that is what we're considering, is getting the splitter and then taking this electric pull lock heat out of the ceiling and converting all those into more outlets for the fish. So we don't pop circuits, so we can get rid of all these extension cords. I'm hoping with what we're already doing, we'll be able to get rid of a lot of the extension cords. Although Danny's got a green one rolling through here. What is that for?
We kept popping circuits one night, and so I just started stringing extension cords until they quit popping.
Well, we're gonna undo all these extension cords and figure out what we gotta do to make it so it works.
Hi everybody, don't you like listening to all of our banter back and forth? What's happening?
So Brian's out with the chainsaw? How come he didn't break the chainsaw out while I was there? Huh? I would have liked to have been chainsawing some stuff up there, Foxy. You should have let me turn loose with that bad boy.
I need some new nets.
See, the other thing we'll do too is put hangers up in each room so we can have nets on walls.
Yeah. I had hangers on the bookshelves out here.
Yeah, it does. You're absolutely right, Jeff. Your banter doesn't equal work for me, but it does for poor Kenny. You promised Danny that I'd leave your compound. She said she didn't want to lose her insurance. So here in a few minutes, guys, I'm gonna probably cut y'all loose because I got to get the bagging, get some stuff done. I got to get my butt moving, get out there, so I can make it here in time to watch my Vikings whoop that Packer butt today. Hopefully, I'm happy when I'm talking to you guys this afternoon. Bust out the Viking horn. No swap today, Ian. Today I'm taking fish to World of Wet Pets. They're buying some of my longfin albinos and then some of my catapatatas jellyfish. Danny, speaking of which, Ian, I know you always like this frag tank. We'll make you a hell of a deal on it if you want the frag tank, because we are going to be selling it now. I know that was one of the tanks you always liked. The next swap, so you know, Ian, is going to be February 15th, and it will be in Beaverton, at that Beaverton location. That's the way it is, man. There's only one way to wear this t-shirt. It's probably showing up backwards on the screen, but yeah, that's the one we're getting rid of, Ian, the low boy. It's part of the downsizing. She needs her craft room back. We're not gonna, it was a nice tank, but because the lights are so close to the ground in that thing, I mean, you're always fighting algae in it. That's the thing we're enjoying now because we got rid of a lot of tanks. Now we're going to be able to get good lighting on everything that's left in the house. That's the other nice thing about this downsizing. Everything's going to look so good. I gave your brain a break. Yeah, our new logo is gonna be consistent of Plecos. We figure it makes sense. This is the rabbit hole we're gonna stick with. Our water here is perfect for Pleco breeding, so we're going to run with the Plecos. Although I'm always going to keep this one around because out of respect for those. That's the only problem is disrespecting those two beautiful fish. They are no longer with us, and I almost feel like I'm crapping on them, but and part of our new channel will also include outdoors type stuff as well. That's the other thing. I'm not worrying about monetization as much as I once did because we are going to be fish and we'll also show fishing. We're going to be doing a little bit of everything. Yeah, this next phase of this fish room adventure is going to be fun. Now it's going to be, when we're finishing this, that's what I'm going to need probably 3 guys over, 4 guys because these are going to be a pain. They're all the big 135 plus gallon tanks. I got 180s to bring in. I got 130s, 135s. So this next phase is going to be fun. Then we got to bring 4 55s down from upstairs with everything pretty much still in them. Just drain them down as far as I can possibly drain them without killing the fish, and then get all the heavy rock out of them so it won't make it as bad, but it will have the sand and a little bit of water in them because I don't want to kill the little babies. So that way we can fire them up as soon as we get them down here. Now Danny's throwing another curveball at me, and we're going to probably do windows now. So if we're going to do that, then it's going to hold us back by a month, probably 2 months. But what she's saying does make sense. Is we wanted to have it done, so it would make more sense to get them done now before we go putting more shit in the way. And we did clear up to where all those windows are open now. I still think the big boys, I think I will have to get the stand behind this side done. That way we can move the 135 on that side, and the 135, it's on the ground in there, so it opens it up to where those guys can work. So we're gonna have to get that done this week or next week if she wants to get this going. Yeah, logistics is always half the fun, man. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here for now. We'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for our last ever Daniken scheduled stream. We'll see you guys tonight. Appreciate you all showing up. As always, love your fish. We'll see you tonight. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Jeff. Get rid of that electric bill, man. Anyway, guys, we'll see you all tonight. Thanks for coming. We'll see you this evening.